The memories of Friday nights in the 1970s hold a unique and nostalgic charm. It wasn't just the end of the work week. It was a celebration of freedom, self-expression, and the lively rhythm of the era. Whether you were roller skating, dancing at a disco, or catching a movie at a drive-in theater, the 1970s captured a moment when the spirit of the time came alive with each beat and dance move. So, get ready to encounter a glimpse of the past, because this is what Friday nights were like in the 1970s. In the lively atmosphere of the 1970s, roller skating became a popular cultural trend that fascinated people of all ages. Roller rinks turned into lively spaces filled with disco music, where individuals gathered to enjoy a mix of music, fashion, and smooth skating. The roller disco craze peaked as skaters embraced colorful outfits, bell-bottoms, and unique accessories, turning the rinks into dynamic dance floors on wheels. During this remarkable time, roller skates underwent a significant change, and quad skates became extremely popular. Roller rinks transformed into lively social centers, lit up by dazzling disco balls, fostering a strong sense of community. Skaters akin to skilled dancers displayed their talents through spins, jumps, and the captivating skill of backward skating, adding flair to the roller disco scene. Roller skating brought people together, breaking down social barriers as individuals from diverse backgrounds joined in a collective quest for joy. Today, there's a continued desire for the rhythmic beats and smooth glides of 70s roller skating, highlighting its lasting influence on both recreational activities and social dynamics. Are you curious about the games that made Friday nights a cultural phenomenon back in the 70s? Keep watching to find out. The 1970s was an era when arcade games became a cultural sensation, turning communities into buzzing hubs of electronic fun. Amid disco music and trendy bell-bottoms, arcades became social hotspots where people of all ages gathered to enjoy electronic entertainment. Popular games like Pong, Space Invaders, and Pac-Man stole the spotlight with their groundbreaking graphics and captivating gameplay. These arcades weren't just places to play games, they were lively arenas, creating a shared sense of joy and friendly competition. Picture the scene. The air filled with the sights and sounds of flashing screens and synthesized music, defining the essence of the arcade experience. Enthusiasts eagerly lined up, quarters in hand, ready to challenge friends or aim for high scores on iconic cabinets. The 1970s arcade culture was a revolution that left a lasting mark on collective memory. Symbolizing a time when simple, yet engaging electronic diversions brought communities together for fun and friendly competition. The legacy of that time lives on in the nostalgia of those who recall the excitement of the arcade, where every joystick move and button press was a step into a world of shared enjoyment and simple electronic delight. Bowling took center stage as a cool group activity in the 70s. It attracted people looking for a social and enjoyable way to spend their time. Local bowling alleys became popular hangout spots, perfect for fostering friendships and a bit of friendly competition. This trend, with roots in ancient civilizations, became a hit in the modern era for its simplicity and accessibility. Players armed with uniquely weighted balls strategically aimed to knock down pins set up in a neat triangle at the end of the lane. The crashing sound of pins and the rhythmic clatter of bowling shoes on polished lanes created an exciting atmosphere. But bowling wasn't just about the game, it was an all-encompassing experience. Bowling alleys were decked out with lively decor filled with music and had snack bars, adding to the overall enjoyment. What made bowling truly special was its broad appeal and adaptability. It welcomed people of all skill levels, making it an inclusive and beloved activity that brought communities together during a time known for its unique social trends. Bowling wasn't merely a sport, it was a cultural phenomenon that made a lasting impact on an era known for its distinctive social atmosphere. In the 1970s, cruising went beyond mere driving. It was a delightful way to hit the road with friends and cherished cars. It transcended basic transportation and evolved into a cultural expression that united a tight-knit community of enthusiasts. Envision sleek muscle cars and timeless vehicles smoothly navigating city streets, transforming each journey into a lively social gathering. The allure lay in the simple pleasures, the rumble of engines, music playing, and casual conversations flowing. Each cruise served as a platform for creating enduring memories, with every turn contributing to the leisure culture of the 70s. The connection among car enthusiasts extended beyond admiration for their vehicles. It symbolized an entire era where the journey itself took center stage. Cruising in the 70s was a celebration of shared experiences. The team spirit among friends and the allure of the open road fused to form a cultural phenomenon. In those moments, the road became a canvas, and every twist and turn painted a vivid picture of an era where the simple act of cruising embodied joy, freedom, and community. Wondering how the 1970s nightlife paved the way for the entertainment scene we know today? Stick around for the fascinating journey. Going to the movies in the 70s was more than just watching films. It was a special social tradition. The theaters, decked out with bright neon lights, were cultural hubs that brought communities together to enjoy stories on the big screen. People of all ages looked forward to the latest blockbusters or a double feature, turning a movie outing into a shared event. As patrons stepped inside, they were welcomed by the warm glow of neon signs and the delicious smell of buttered popcorn. The grand auditorium, its lights gradually dimming, signaled the commencement of a cinematic journey. The silver screen, a portal to other worlds, offered a captivating escape from everyday life. Each movie showing wasn't just entertainment, it was an immersive experience, made richer by the shared excitement of laughter and gasps from fellow audience members. Once seated in comfortable chairs, the cinema transformed into a magical space where dreams unfolded on the screen. The movies became a cultural phenomenon, creating a magical tapestry that connected people through the art of storytelling. The 1970s cinema experience wasn't just a pastime. It left a lasting impression on the memories of those who enjoyed the enchantment of that era. It wasn't just about watching movies. It was about making memories and building a sense of community through a shared love for cinematic magic. In the lively community life of the 1970s, high school football games were more than just sporting events. They were the heart of our neighborhoods. Every Friday night, families, friends, and neighbors eagerly gathered at the stadium, creating a vibrant display of school colors and echoing cheers. The atmosphere buzzed with excitement, fostering a contagious spirit that embraced fans of all ages. These were joyous celebrations, forming connections that would endure a lifetime. The football field became a stage where local heroes emerged, leaving an indelible mark on our shared memories. Beyond the athletic competitions, high school football became a cultural cornerstone intricately woven into the fabric of our community. The games were revered rituals transcending the field and telling a compelling story of team spirit and hometown pride. Each touchdown was a moment that echoed through the years. The football stadium was the foundation of our community's identity. Attending those Friday night games was more than a leisure activity. It was a shared experience that cultivated a deep sense of togetherness. In those moments, we weren't just onlookers. We were active participants in a tradition that mirrored the heartbeat of our community, a tradition that shaped our narratives and united us in a fabric of enduring hometown pride. Back in the 70s, the mall was the go-to spot for teenagers. It wasn't just a place to shop, it was where we could escape from our parents, spend time with friends, and soak in the atmosphere. The mall was like our sanctuary, a place where time seemed to stand still, and we had the freedom to roam without our parents watching over us. Unlike today, where you can easily find fashion online, back then, it was a hands-on experience. We didn't browse through websites. We flipped through magazines and explored stores like Contempo Casuals, Afterthoughts, Merry-Go-Round Deb, Chess King, and The Gap. The mall wasn't just a shopping destination, it was a treasure trove of fashion trends. You couldn't simply Google the latest styles because the internet was a futuristic concept, much like the Jetsons' video phone. Those were the good old days of being a teenager, especially at malls like Oak Park. It wasn't just about what you bought. It was about creating shared memories, laughter, and forming bonds under the bright lights of the mall. Screens didn't dominate socializing, it was live and in person. The mall wasn't just a place to hang out, it was a cultural hub, a snapshot of a time when being a teenager meant exploring, connecting, and spending time together without the intrusion of screens. Did you know there was a specific playlist that ruled every 1970s Friday night party? Stay tuned to uncover the musical magic. In today's world, the idea of attending a house party makes many young people hesitant due to the unwanted intrusion facilitated by social media. It's disheartening to see that the genuine enjoyment of a classic house party seems to elude today's youth. If we take a trip back to the house parties of the 70s and 80s, they were the epitome of cool. More than just a get-together with old friends, these gatherings were melting pots where you could meet new people from neighboring towns. The soundtrack was pure nostalgia, featuring groovy tunes from artists like David Essex, Earth, Wind and Fire, Rare Earth, The Jackson 5, James Brown, BT Express, Three Dog Night, Average White Band, ZZ Top, The Temptations, Joe Tex, and many more. This was the era of flower power, the age of Aquarius, and the popular question, "What's your sign?" There was no strict dress code, but men often rocked bell-bottoms, apple caps, and flashy gold medallions, while women flaunted bell-shaped sleeves, suede vests, maxi dresses, and high-heeled boots. In the 70s, the legal drinking age was 18 in most states, setting the stage for an array of wines like Boone's Farm Strawberry Hill and Mad Dog 2020. The party always kicked off with a red plastic cup and punch bowls filled with both spiked and unspiked concoctions. A designated DJ armed with 45 SNLPs took control of the record player. Occasionally, the 45S would stack, causing a mid-song skip, easily fixed with a nickel or penny on the needle. The groove resumed and the floor echoed with the rhythmic chant of, "There is a party over here, woo woo." The basements of East Coast homes were the epicenter of the party, where couples swayed to the soulful sounds of Dells, Al Green, Harold Melvin, and the Blue Notes. The theme from Shaft by Isaac Hayes set the floor ablaze with funky dances like The Funky Chicken and The Hustle. The kitchen, a cool sanctuary tempted with an irresistible spread of fried chicken, potato salad, mac and cheese, and ribs. Parents had their gathering immersed in laughter, surrounded by smoke-filled circles from cigarettes, and engaged in intense games of dominoes, spades, or tonk. Back in the peak of analog music, usually in the mid to late 20th century, listening to vinyl records became a cherished social activity. Friends would come together to enjoy the latest music releases on record players, sharing a collective appreciation for the analog sound and the tactile feel of vinyl. These gatherings were characterized by a deliberate and immersive process, from carefully choosing records to the distinctive crackle as the needle found its groove. Flipping through albums, reading liner notes, and discussing the music created a communal atmosphere. Vinyl listening sessions went beyond just hearing music. They evolved into a social ritual that strengthened bonds and fostered a profound connection to the music. The recent resurgence of vinyl attests to the enduring appeal of this communal activity, where the warmth of analog sound and the nostalgia for a bygone era continue to captivate music enthusiasts, eager to know more than keep watching. The charm of drive-in theaters is an iconic retreat where movie watching goes beyond the screen to become a shared experience, blending entertainment with social enjoyment. Imagine a group of friends or a cozy date night, all happening beneath the open sky. Drive-in movies weren't just about escaping into a film, they were a social event. A perfect setting for group activities or romantic evenings. Picture a car filled with friends or a couple cuddled up with blankets, all eagerly awaiting the giant screen to light up. The drive-in scene offered a unique mix of entertainment and social connection. It wasn't solely about the movie, it was about the collective joy, shared excitement, laughter, and occasional screams echoing through the night air. The drive-in experience fostered a distinct sense of connection, whether it was the synchronized gasp during a suspenseful scene or the shared laughter at a comedy. These outdoor theaters of the past were more than just places to watch movies. They were cultural hubs. Families, friends, and couples would gather at these venues for a night filled with cinematic pleasure. The atmosphere was lively, with the aroma of popcorn in the air. Car radios tuned to the movie's sound and the glow of the big screen creating a shared sense of joy. Step into the exciting realm of live music and concerts, where the lively beats of rock, punk, and disco come together to create an exhilarating experience that speaks to the soul. Imagine being right in the middle of the crowd, feeling the bass vibrating in the air as the music takes over. These musical gatherings bring together fans to celebrate the rich tapestry of sound. Local gigs like Hidden Treasures in the music scene provide an up-close encounter with the raw energy of emerging artists. Envision the stage illuminated by vibrant lights, with each chord striking a chord within you. Rock music, with its timeless appeal, takes you on a journey with captivating guitar riffs and heartfelt lyrics punk known for. Its rebellious and unapologetic nature pulses through the crowd, sparking a shared sense of freedom. Meanwhile, disco's infectious rhythms transport you to a world of shimmering lights and dancing feet, a lively celebration of life in every note. But it's more than just the music, it's a sensory delight. The crowd's energy, the charged atmosphere, and the evident passion of the performers create an environment that goes beyond the ordinary. It's a gathering of kindred spirits, a temporary escape from the routine, and a reminder that life, like music, is meant to be lived to the fullest. Diners were popular gathering spots that captured the essence of a bygone era. These places, known for their neon signs and chrome interiors, went beyond being just places to eat. They were communal spaces where people from different backgrounds came together. Imagine the sounds of silverware on plates, jukebox tunes in the background, and the inviting smell of classic comfort foods like burgers. Diners were informal spaces where everyone, regardless of their background, could share a meal and engage in lively conversations. The booths and stools at diners were like stages for everyday life, witnessing everything from late-night studying to impromptu gatherings after a Friday night football game. The vinyl booths, often decorated with checkered patterns, hosted stories of love, laughter, and friendship. The menu featured classic American dishes like meatloaf, pancakes, and pie. Waitresses, known for their roller skate agility and friendly banter, added a personal touch to each visit. Diners also reflected the cultural changes of the 70s, with jukeboxes playing rock, disco, and soul tunes. They became places where people could express themselves. Take a trip back to the funky 70s when the disco scene was on fire every Friday night. Imagine dressing up in your coolest outfit, ready to dance to the pulsating beats of the latest hits. These dance clubs were more than just venues. They were lively playgrounds where the disco ball spun its magic, casting glimmers of light across neon-lit dance floors. Picture this, the air filled with the scent of hairspray and a sense of freedom as glittered dancers moved beneath dazzling lights. The DJ wasn't just playing music, they were the wizards controlling the rhythm of the night, making hearts race and feet move. It wasn't just about the music, it was also a fashion extravaganza. Bell-bottoms swirled and platform shoes lifted dancers to new heights, both literally and metaphorically. The dance floor was a canvas, each dancer a brushstroke creating a masterpiece of motion. Now, let's talk about the dance-offs, competitive displays of rhythmic prowess. Spins, twirls, and funky footwork illuminated the room as dancers competed for the title of disco deity. And when the beat slowed, it was time for a slow dance, an opportunity for heartbeats to sync and souls to connect amid the glittering atmosphere. In the 70s, dance clubs were gateways to a vibrant world of music, style, and unapologetic self-expression. So, put on those roller skates and hit the floor, because during the disco era, Saturday Night Fever was the ultimate remedy for dull moments.